Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1940s radio show.
Hi, I'm your host, Eli Smith.
And I'm Caleb Downs.
Hi, yes, we talk fast, see?
We might have just watched Spider Noir. Who knows?
Hey,
Who knows?
black and white. Would you like to see this episode in black and white?
In black and white.
Whoa.
Look, it's black and white now.
Whoa.
We exist in the olden days.
I feel so old-timey.
Old-timey.
I feel like Steamboat Willie, like I need to be like...
Again, with the mouth trumpet. And that's just me showing off my mouth trumpet skills. At the beginning of the day.
Well, Spider Noir.
Spider Noir.
Hi, guys, we're back.
We are.
And we might talk about Spider Noir.
I think we're going to talk about it right now.
Right now.
Because I really like that show.
Yeah.
Are we still in black and white?
Oh, hold on.
Nice.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, we're back.
Back in the 21st century.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, Spider Noir is such a fun show. I know we both are lucky kids, and we got to see it early. A
little bit early. It was
got
fun.
to see it for Screen Rant.
Yep.
That's awesome. You've been getting more invites towards it. That's great.
Yeah, I have. I mean, a lot.
I want to be your +1 next time.
Well, as long as you can, if you can beat out my wife, then that's fine.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
I had a great time going. Thank you, Screen Rant, for inviting me out. It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
They showed us the first 2 episodes. The first episode in black and white, which I really, really loved. And I thought, I don't know about you, when you watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
I thought for sure I was going to like it more in black and white. Hands down, like black and white, I was like, why are they even shooting it in color? Like this,
Sure.
It's going to be so much fun to watch in black and white. And it was. It was beautiful in black and white, the first
Absolutely.
episode.
It's noir.
It's noir. It
Yeah.
felt good. But then they did the second episode in color, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was so cool to see, like, the color design, the wardrobe especially.
Yeah.
The wardrobe choices, the environment looked so good in color. I still think I prefer it in black and white, but
Sure.
you know, I want to watch it in both.
Yeah, color grading is so important to a film, especially for Spider Noir. There's a science behind it, and there's a reason why when it's in black and white, it looks so crispy, and those blacks are crunchy, and the grays and everything, they just kind of stand out in this way. And they shoot it all so that when they also color grade it in color, it complements what they shot as well.
Exactly.
So
Well,
it works both ways.
Shooting it both at the same time is crazy.
Yeah, shooting it both at the same time is crazy. You know, that's a lot of work in post. So they had like a good team on there doing the color grading for that whole project. But
I mean, not to mention the fact that when you're shooting something in black and white, the colors that you wear look totally different. I mean, they did that on WandaVision in the first episode, and you know, when she's got red lipstick on, it's blue.
Another fun project where they did the same thing recently was Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
Yeah. They the movie debuted in color, and then shortly after they did a black and white release as well. I feel like I'm really hot.
Am
I?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Speaking of Godzilla.
So yeah, Godzilla -1 was
Godzilla.
Godzilla -1. Oh yeah, there we go.
I've got Godzilla on my drink,
and it tastes good too.
It does taste good.
Godzilla, your atomic breath is in liquid form tastes good,
and it wakes me up in the morning.
Yeah, and it was just cool hearing Nick Cage's reaction to being asked about the film being in color and sort of being. He's like, you know, I understand teenagers today, and they haven't been exposed to a lot of black and white material.
Sure.
And hopefully with Spider Noir, that kind of opens the gates to this whole world of black and white films. Some of the best films ever made.
Absolutely, yes.
In black and white. It's a beautiful format. So that's cool that there's kind of like this precedence in Hollywood to kind of like bring back that sort of classic look.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the Oscar-winning film, The Artist?
Yes. Yeah, The Artist was great. V has it on DVD. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I really want more filmmakers to kind of like take that step and like try to like do you know, more black and white
stuff.
Color grading, you know, it's fun, it's cool, and it's like a nice nostalgic kind of reminder of where we come from,
right?
And, you know,
well, and the filmmaking techniques that were used back then were different, and that they have a certain quality to them. Now, I'm going to pitch something to you.
Everything was hot lights then.
It was.
Now it's LEDs.
But I'm going to pitch something to you, Eli, and we're talking about classic filmmaking. We're talking about nostalgia in that way, but like also the fact that just because something's nostalgic doesn't mean that it's inherently bad. There are a lot of good things that come from the past that we use and we like learn from. And we can, you know, move on. But He-Man, Master of the Universe is coming out. right?
Right.
You've worked on some of a lot of the press release stuff for that, the press junkets for that,
shooting the interviews.
Shooting the interviews. That's really, really awesome. We'll talk
whole experience.
We'll talk more about that in a little bit, especially, you've got some cool projects coming up that we want to talk about too. But I'm going to pitch something to you.
Okay.
And this actually comes from Victoria, from my wife.
Okay.
When she watched the trailer, she was like, "It looks so clean, so crispy, so like."
Trailer for Spartan Noir?
For He-Man.
Oh, for He-Man, right?
She was like, and while that is fine, while that is like very modern looking, and everything looks that that textured modern look, she's like, I would love to see like how they did black and white and color for Spider Noir. She'd like to see a version of He-Man like that, but also a version shot in that like VHS grainy cartoon style filmmaking that we had in the 90s and the 80s and 90s. I want that to become a filmmaking style again, because like we've gotten far enough from black and white that's like, ooh, that's retro and fun. I miss the little like grainy lines and like the little color breaks in 90s and 80s VHS tapes.
So I'm trying to rebuild my physical media collection again. I've been getting DVDs, Blu-rays, trying to steer away from the 4K Ultra HD and just kind of stick with actual Blu-rays. But my goal right now is I'm trying to build up a VHS collection.
Hell yeah.
And we want to get like a smaller, like sort of 90s CCTV with the video inputs, the analog inputs. I found a nice VCR, a Sony VCR that I want to get as well.
Nice.
But all of this technology is still out there, and I think it's so fun because I do miss that.
Me too.
Whenever I'm kind of a nerd with my TV, I'm always in the picture settings, and I'm trying to I always crunch the brightness down or kick up the contrast kind of up and down, so I can kind of like represent what I, especially for classics, the movies I see where it's like I'm watching, let's just say, Batman 1989.
Like, I don't want to see The Sandlot in ultra 4K. No. I liked the grainy quality and a little bit of the
and this is a PSA as well on your smart TVs. A lot of TVs have motion settings that are turned on as well that sometimes ramp up the movement speed or artificially increase the frame rate in a project.
Can make it look like a video game sometimes.
It can make it look like a video game, or it gives us this like unnatural kind of like speed or smoothness to it. Super easy to turn off. It's just in your picture settings. I implore you to
Please do
that.
it.
Because sometimes when I go to people's houses and I'm seeing them watching, or it gives the soap opera effect.
Yeah, the soap opera where it all looks so crisp and clean that it's a problem.
Or you're just like, everything's a set.
Everything, everything looks like a set. Everything looks fake. The lighting is so sterile.
So in any case, I like chasing after that look and everything. And
anyway,
VHS tapes are great.
I figured you would be on board with that.
Well, what's cool is there is I guess a creator, I could say, that I found on social media where they take modern day movies and he transcodes them into VHS.
Oh, that's
with filter, and then he actually makes the VHS box.
Oh,
and the
that's
tape,
so cool.
And you can buy them from him.
Nice.
And he's doing that with
if you can
all
find
modern
him,
movies.
put his link in the bio.
It's really cool, and
we'll
I haven't jumped in yet just because I don't have the VHS player yet.
Sure.
But I want to get movies like that. He's like, imagine
That'd
watching the Odyssey on VHS,
right? Or even like the first Avengers film on VHS.
Right.
That's so cool.
So yeah, that's really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Well, so we've talked a little bit about the classic look of Spider Noir. We the idea of bringing back some of these vintage filmmaking techniques, especially for superhero projects or these big comic book projects, because a lot of them are set in that sort of time period, and it's fun to see filmmaking reflect that.
Well, that was what was so cool about the Fantastic Four film was it actually went back to that period of time, that aesthetic of the 60s.
The 60s, yes.
And a lot of Marvel, a lot of superhero characters, comics have been around for even before the 60s, of course, but
for sure.
That era is very special to Marvel.
Very special to Marvel. And that was when most of their big name characters started to appear. The Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four.
And I felt like that's why Fantastic Four, the film, was so successful because it leaned into that visual style.
Yeah.
And I think people were like, oh, this is different. This is fresh. This is kind of unique. This isn't the modern MCU world that we're used to seeing.
Correct.
So that was cool.
Do you know what part of it I really liked? And it was the end credit scene where they did the animation, like the cartoon. Yeah. But it was in the same like old style cartoon settings as like the
or like the kind of classic like advertisements of the 60s as well.
Absolutely. And they did that. They've been doing that in WandaVision. They did that in these projects that sort of harken back to that time. I think that's very fun.
Well, and that's why I liked Phase 4 because it's there are a lot of opinions surrounding that
But
phase.
they got to experiment a little bit.
They got to
more.
experiment, which I think was really necessary. Maybe there were some growing pains throughout there, but it's like, hey, we kind of like filmmaking is about, trying things.
Trial and error. Yeah.
And, with Disney Plus kind of like hitting the scene
Sure.
and we're getting this like kind of wave of content coming out on there. I'm glad that there was some experimentation, and I feel like now we're in a good spot.
I do too, and I think that it's only going to get better because we have so many younger filmmakers coming up and coming filmmakers that are really swinging that pendulum back towards practical effects, practicality, low budget filmmaking, using the tools and the tricks of harkening back to old filmmaking techniques, which is really fun.
Right, absolutely. So yeah, what do we got? What do we got on the docket next?
Well, since we're kind of in talking about movies, talking about shows that are coming up. We'll talk about Supergirl a little bit because we just got some more footage from Supergirl this morning.
Yeah, so I mean, at the time of us recording this, Supergirl is about 1 week out.
1 week out.
It comes out on June 26th.
I will be in a plane.
I know.
I'm really bummed.
I realized that when we were
too.
talking about it, and I was like, oh no, he is going to be gone.
I will be gone for that, but I will definitely watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
You think you're going to watch it when you're in Virginia?
I don't know if I have time to watch it in Virginia, but I'll definitely watch it when I get back.
I mean, sometimes it's nice avoiding the opening weekend crowd a little bit.
Sure.
There could be some benefits there. I always like seeing if I can hit like a movie in the morning. That's always kind of nice. Theater's a little less packed, and you kind of have a more personalized experience.
But I will celebrate Supergirl's opening by going to my storage unit in Virginia and finding my Supergirl comics.
Yes,
and bringing them back to LA. I'm very excited.
Oh, speaking
of which,
here's a fun one. Yeah, we have this Supergirl Lobo. It's from The Brave and the Bold in issue number 4 here.
Oh, it's
Mark
beautiful.
Waid, George Perez. Look at that.
That is classic.
It is really good. I got it from the comic book. Course.
Shout out.
But I found it in our key issues, and I was like,
well, you got to pick that up. I'm surprised Gerald didn't grab that.
That's what I'm saying, too. I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure we were working together, too. But she's got the cool leather jacket on there with the studs.
Yeah.
And anyways, I'm excited for this movie.
That's going to be great.
This is going to be great. This upcoming weekend, I will be cam-opping some of the interviews for Supergirl at my other job. And it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a whole experience. I'm expecting there to be sort of an immersion room experience for influencers and journalists to come check out. Costumes on display,
the good stuff,
posters that they give out. I always try to grab a poster.
It feels like not. It feels so short of a time ago that you did Superman.
I know.
Like I remember you bringing the merch from Superman in, and like the newspaper, and last summer though.
Yeah,
we've been doing this for a while.
We've been doing this for a while, and time flies, and it's cool seeing this DCU, this cinematic universe, like it's already
expand and explore like new stuff
right away too.
Yeah,
I think that's great. It was necessary as well.
Sure.
There's a lot of Marvel content coming out.
There's a lot of Marvel content, and not to stray too far away from Supergirl, I guess we can.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not too much. We're just excited about seeing that film.
Right.
I think we're very, very hype about
and
that.
We don't want to say too much
about it
because we want everyone to go see the movie. And everyone's going to bring their own expectations into the film, but just have fun.
Yeah, have fun with it.
Just relax.
Yeah, I think. But
take the filmmaking hat off on the first viewing. Enjoy the movie on second viewing.
Right, then you can critique and put that back on because that is good. It is important for us to have analytical minds when it comes to things, but also.
Yeah.
This isn't the Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Supergirl.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
But do you go with your friends, see it in theaters?
Yeah. Go see it in theaters.
I wouldn't say miss out on that.
No. Definitely go see it in theaters. But in terms of Marvel coming out with projects as well, we've got Spider-Man, we've got Doomsday, we have crazy amounts of stuff with that. We had the last season of Daredevil, we had the Punisher one shot.
Yes.
All of that was so fun and so I thought really, really well done. Have you heard the stuff about what Tom Holland did on the set of Odyssey about Spider-Man?
What did he do?
So he apparently, as he's working with Christopher Nolan, and he's doing this, he's shooting the Odyssey, and shout out to Christopher Nolan. He's a phenomenal filmmaker, and he's one of the greats.
Yeah.
Tom was like on the set of Odyssey, calling the producers and the writers of Spider-Man, and being like, what are we doing? Like, this can't just be a spectacle movie. Like, what's the heart of it? What's the the emotional beats of it? And like, I guess using what he was kind of learning through that experience to influence Spider-Man: Brand New Day and like the filming of that and making it like a bit more, have a little bit more a substance to it.
All of the and all of these things cross over too.
Yeah.
I mean, scheduling wise, that's awesome. That's an interesting story.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. While he's filming that, he's
You've gotta be
100% still
thinking.
working on Spider-Man.
And he
Brand New
loves
Day.
Spider-Man. He wants it to be good,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to just make another sequel. He doesn't just want
Yes.
another popcorn movie that is coming out that,
I
it's going to
wish-
make $1 billion, but like, is it going to resonate with people? And that's Spider-Man always has resonated with people. He is the most relatable, I would argue, character.
With up there with Superman, and I suspect this is why we had Superman Spider-Man crossover books, is because both of those characters, I mean, I want to say you can almost go anywhere in the world and show someone a picture of Superman, and they will
exactly
know
who
or
that is.
Spider-Man.
Or Spider-Man. They're so relatable. They're so, and I think the temptation is, we're 4 Spider-Man movies into his run, which is the furthest that any Spider-Man actor has gotten.
Yeah.
We're going to get the furthest out there and into this world. So the temptation is, well, we're this far. People are going to come see it. You throw in a bunch of cameos.
Sure.
You throw in a bunch of villains. And
That was the last movie. They did that.
And guess what?
Now we have to do something different.
You have to do something different. You have to re-ground him in relatability.
Yeah.
And I think from what I've read, from what I've seen the interviews of Tom talking, that is his goal.
Yeah.
He wants to make his Spider-Man so relatable and so feel so real and grounded that.
Yeah, well, I think it was a good move story-wise, having everyone forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and really just forgetting Spider-Man in general.
Starting him back right at the ground level.
Which harkens to the Brand New Day kind of initiative in the movie. And yeah, I think that's going to work, especially if you're going into a 4th film.
Sure.
That's kind of a good way to sort of reset everyone's relationship with Spider-Man, and for Spider-Man to also present himself as like a newer, more confident hero. Because this Spider-Man's also coming in, and everyone else might have forgotten, but Peter...
He's got the knowledge. He's got the skills.
It's like, I fought Thanos.
Right.
I went to space.
Yeah.
I knew Tony Stark was my mentor.
I've crossed the multiverse.
Yeah, I've had Doctor Strange mentored me. Tony Stark has mentored me.
I fought Captain America.
I fought Captain America. It seems like Bruce Banner is going to be in sort of a mentor type helping role.
Or a problem.
Probably a little bit of both.
Probably a little bit of both. Bruce usually is.
Well, also in that's sort of like a comic trope too, where 2 heroes meet each other and they're like, we're having a misunderstanding.
We fight.
Let's briefly fight. And then they're like, wait a minute. Both our mom's name are Martha.
We're on the... Hold on.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
And I want that to be the reason that all heroes get along. From now. Bruce Banner's fighting with Spider-Man. Whoa. Your Aunt's May?
Yeah.
I have an Aunt May.
My great Aunt May.
I've got a great Aunt May. That's crazy. You want to go get lunch?
That's exciting, though. And then we're going to have Spider-Man Brand New Day. So this summer's got a lot of good movies coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I mean, let's be honest. The hype around Avengers Doomsday is so up and down.
Sure.
It is.
I've told you about how people have reacted to it. My colleagues I work with on set, when I bring up Avengers Doomsday and just kind of the light goes out.
Yeah, they're like, they're
like,
okay.
I don't care.
All right, nobody cares.
They're like, a lot of it too is people are like, I fell off on Phase 4 and I haven't seen anything.
Right.
And you're like, okay.
Okay, well, and that is
I'm always like,
you.
there are some good ones though. So
there's some good ones, but that's on you. If you were on the superhero train and you were on the hype train during Marvel's, the MCU's early years, and you enjoyed it because everybody was watching it and everybody was going to see it in the theaters, and it was a big social deal and everybody was talking about it, and that's the only reason that you were involved, and then you fell off after Endgame, and that was your end. Great, that's totally fine. You have every right to be you're done. But if you love these characters and you've been involved in comics and you read comics and you're still reading comics, it's not over.
Right. Well, and I mean, I remember for us, we inhabit this environment, this community where this is such a big part of our lives where it just feels so, sometimes I feel like it's so obvious where I'm just like, come on, it's an Avengers movie.
It's an Avengers movie.
But, I'm still holding out as we get closer to that time and we get an official trailer and there's more kind of buzz circulating around the movie. I think people are going to come back through.
I think so.
Everyone likes to get ready a month ahead of time. And they're like, oh, Avengers is coming out. I gotta hop on Disney Plus and
watch all and catch up on some stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Which is fun. I love that because then someone gets to watch all of these projects right before the movie comes out, and they get to bring that in fresh in their mind.
They're fresh and they're ready to do it. And from what I have,
they'll because that's the biggest thing about. Sorry. I was just going to say,
go ahead.
Like, one of the biggest things about an Avengers movie is that they're bringing in all of these characters, and there has been a lot of character work done over the last few years. New characters being introduced.
But so back to Doomsday as just the film and people getting hype and excited about it. From what I've been reading and watching interviews, I kind of I take in as much as I can without really trying to look for spoilers necessarily, but I do like the behind the scenes process.
I've told you about that.
I know. And
the movie spoiled a lot for me.
Just because of the nature of what you do. You're there while they're talking about
He-Man ending. They're just what's funny is sometimes that's like the main line of questioning. Can we talk about the cameo at the end of the movie?
And you're like,
the directors are always like, I don't really want to talk
about
that's
the people haven't seen it yet.
And
most of us haven't seen it yet.
Sometimes journalists are like, well, this interview is not going to come out until after the movie. Okay, fair. But I'm still like, as a camera operator, I'm like,
I am here.
I've had a couple talent, and I think maybe some of the filmmakers have apologized. They're like, sorry guys,
you're going to know a little bit of something. Yeah. But
anyways,
as we're kind of gearing up for Doomsday, and we're talking, and the Russos are talking, and they're saying they were out. Like, they did not want to do another superhero movie. They were kind of done with the MCU. They were done, and
they did Captain America.
They did Captain America movies. They did the Infinity War and Endgame. So they were kind of done. And really, they said that
I would be. I'd walk away from that too, and kind of be like, that was a good movie. I'm going to let that
cook. I'm just going to let it sit, and like, that's my legacy. There you go. Nobody can complain about it.
Good enough for me.
To jump back into another Avengers movie, and two that are supposed to, and this is what I'm getting to,
handling the ensemble cast.
They're handling the ensemble casts, but these two movies, Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, are effectively, and this is confirmed, they are restarting and rebooting the MCU.
Which I know some people like shudder to hear that.
But that is, I'm sorry, if you're into comics and you've read comics for as long as we have and you know this world, this happens. It has to happen.
Yeah.
Because right now, and especially with the craziness that is
there are a lot of
the Fox mergers and the Sony stuff,
right.
All of that, they have access to new characters and new storylines that the MCU just did not have when it started. They started off with some of the most C-list characters and built a world around it. Can you imagine what they'll be able to do now that they have access to some of the bigger heroes?
Because, and then let's get down to the brass tacks.
That was a brass tack.
Inject a little bit of noir.
A noir, see?
Let's get down to brass tack, see?
He's a bad egg.
There are some logistical storytelling reasons why this is necessary.
Absolutely.
In our life, people age.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting older.
Yes.
Also, people have other interests, other contracts, other movies. Actors, rarely. They do. We've seen it before. Will commit to playing one role over many years. Look at Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Exactly.
Right.
But again,
it
doesn't happen as much unless you're talking about these superhero characters.
Well, because eventually we're going to see the MCU's next biggest initiative is going to be the X-Men.
It's got to be.
It's going to be the X-Men. It's already being casted.
Yeah.
For knowing Marvel, that it's being mapped out as we speak.
It's being mapped out as we speak.
So, but a big thing about that is when you exist in the Marvel universe, there are a lot of other heroes. There are heroes crossing paths, villains from other heroes crossing paths with whoever. And so we do need to have an Iron Man again.
We gotta.
At some point.
We're going to need another Captain America.
We're going to need another Captain America. We're going to need another Thor. And, there's going to be, and I know this is sometimes a little bit sad as well, but there are still kids that are growing up.
Yeah.
And they need their version of all of these characters because even though they can go, as parents, as guardians, we're going to show all of our kids the original phases of Marvel.
To.
But there are new generations, and there are storytelling means that need to be met where we probably need to have some of these characters come back again.
Agreed, absolutely. And there's growth that has happened with these characters in the comic book world.
Right.
These characters are growing and changing, and
because characters don't really age in comics.
They don't really age, but they're
they do and don't.
But sometimes their motivations can change. Sometimes the world around us. Let's be honest, the world around us in 2026 is a vastly different world than in the early 2000s when these movies started coming out. 2008 when Iron Man came out.
Yeah.
The world looks different, so it needs these characters to embody that.
And I think what worked with Fantastic Four, again, the recent Fantastic Four film, was it kind of felt like we got to peek into this sort of rebooted universe that they inhabit.
Sure.
Where none of these heroes are mentioned or around or whatever.
Right.
So it's sort of like, I felt like that was testing the waters for, oh, by the way.
What if we started again?
What if we started again?
Yes.
And the Fantastic Four is this premier team of superheroes.
That the world
and everyone's origins kind of like,
based
revamped.
somewhat around their which I think is great. I also love just the exploded world technique that James Gunn is doing with the DCU, where it's like, guess what? Superman exists. Guess what? Hawkgirl exists. Guess what?
Right.
Green Lanterns exist. We don't need a 5, 10, 15 movie run of setting up these characters anymore, because we know who they are now. They're ingrained and embedded in the public consciousness.
And that's what's nice about, and James Gunn has kind of utilized that with the DCU.
Yeah.
He knows that we don't want to see a Superman origin movie. We don't want to see a Batman origin movie. So instead, we get these films that still work as a starting point for the world building and the storytelling. But we get to jump right in.
Well, that's been my whole thing.
Superman's been active for the last 5 years.
For 5 years. And that's the thing. What we've realized is that if you start every movie and you treat superhero movies like regular movies, where it has to be like, well, you have to start at the beginning and then you have to go through the character's journey, you really don't, because some of these character arcs that these heroes go through don't happen until years and years down their journey as superheroes. Like, I don't need to see Uncle Ben die every single time.
We've seen
you know what?
We've seen it, and we've seen it done extremely
well. You know what? I don't need to see Gwen Stacy die every single time. We saw it.
And it was really well done.
And it was really well. That part of that movie still makes me cry to this day. Like, I genuinely think that was so well done. But Peter Parker's life has so many stories that you never will get to if you keep having to start right back at the beginning. And that's what's so fun about sort of pushing Batman. You'll never get stories with him and Jason Todd or Tim Drake or Stephanie Brown. You'll never get, or Cassandra Cain. You'll never get those stories if you keep having his parents get shot in the alley at the beginning of every single movie.
And with that being said, sounds like Brave and the Bold is going to bring in all of the Bat family. And we're going to get to see those stories.
Thank God.
Oh.
Thank God. Because Bruce is so much better of a character. And I mean, hot take, whatever you want to say, Bruce is so much better of a character when he is surrounded by his family.
Yeah, I agree. I think it works in both ways. It's nice having access to the family storytelling because Batman can always take a step back when he wants.
And he does.
He does
all
often.
the time. He is still dedicated and like very focused on his personal mission.
Yes.
But he's realized that that his mission can be accomplished better if he has a team.
I just read the series Batman Off-World.
Oh,
really cool.
That was Jason Aaron.
Good example of that, of him, leaving the normal setting of Gotham City and actually like being in sort of this wondrous sci-fi kind of world.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
Very fun story.
Very cool. I want to hit you with something really quick. I know it feels like we're just like, but I'm going to get you with
we can do whatever we want.
Blind ranking Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi
Spider-Man 2. I would say that is, to me, S tier.
S tier.
It is S tier for me. Is it a perfect movie? No, but it's my first superhero movie I ever saw in theaters. So the nostalgia and the connection that I made to that film and to that character at that pivotal point in my life, ranks it right there.
Okay. Spider-Man No Way Home.
No Way Home. I'm gonna give that a B tier. I really liked that movie a lot. I thought it was really fun. It did get a little in theaters. It was an A movie.
Yeah.
Watching it over again, I drop it to a little bit of a B because it was very cameo heavy.
Yeah.
It was also
very reliant
on the thrill factor of seeing these other Spider-Men come in, which is great, and I love that. I don't want to diminish that. That was really fun. We got a little bit of gave Andrew a chance to.
We wanted that,
and it was kind. It was good. I think all the acting was phenomenal. Willem Dafoe in that movie is brilliant. I think the implications, unfortunately, are negative when it comes to now we don't get to see some of these characters built up in this Peter's life. Like the Green Goblin is forever going to be Tobey Maguire's Green Goblin to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and that kind of irks me a little bit. Unless when they reboot, we'll see what happens. But it does feel like that was what they did, was they made Willem Dafoe just the definitive Green Goblin from now on.
Sure. The Amazing Spider-Man.
The first one.
Andrew Garfield.
The first Andrew Garfield movie, I'm going to say, is probably B tier as well. I really liked it.
Can't double up.
You can't.
Yeah,
it
you
has
can't
to be.
double up. Yeah, you gotta fill all the spots.
This isn't like you can add things. Okay.
Yeah, you're filling up the tier. It's a blind ranking and like.
Okay.
That,
Okay.
So it's like if you put something S, it's like that's S tier.
Oh, I see. In the videos I watch, you can put like multiple things. That's fine.
Not this video.
Not this video. No. Okay. Then we'll have to. I'll probably put that a little bit lower than. We'll probably go D tier.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. I think it's fun. I really liked the revamped origin, but again, it's another origin story. They deal too much with his parents in this one, and then the lizard. I liked Kurt Connors as the lizard. It just felt a little off for a first movie villain.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. You have A and C left now.
Okay, Homecoming. I really liked. I'm gonna put it in C.
Okay.
I think that again. Love Tom Holland Spider-Man, and I love starting him off in high school and actually looking like a high schooler and a young kid. I just think we miss out on some of. He gets so into the anxious, nerdy style. I think we do miss a little bit of the sarcastic, quippy Spider-Man that I want to see, and he gets to that later on.
The first Spider-Man movie, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
God, A is left, but if you need to stick it somewhere else,
dude, I honestly didn't love the first Spider-Man movie.
Okay,
I didn't love it.
Would you switch?
No, I'd put it probably.
Switch.
I'd probably put it a little lower actually.
Really?
Maybe I went D.
Yeah,
maybe.
D, you put D for No Way
for
Home.
Amazing Spider-Man.
No, C was Amazing Spider-Man. I think D was no Way Home.
We'll go back and rewatch it. Either way, it's going to be the lowest one so far. I think. A lot of people that was their first interaction.
Yeah,
I didn't get to go see that in theaters.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't see that movie until after I saw Spider-Man 2.
I was so young when I saw that in theaters. Like parts scared me.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. That's why my parents didn't allow me to go see it.
When Willem Dafoe, when Norman Osborn is in the tank and comes to life.
Yeah, no,
I used to be like.
Yeah, so that was out for me. So that's why Spider-Man 2 was like. That's my Spider-Man movie, and then
I love that.
When I went back,
it's a little Caleb history.
Yeah, and then when I went back and watched the first one, I was like, okay,
nice,
it's good.
Good job, man. Yeah, that was a blind ranking.
Can I put my
movies.
A? What my A would be?
Sure.
I didn't
Let's
fill that in.
Yeah.
I really love Far From Home.
Far From Home. Okay.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
His journey across Europe, all of that, and I think that's an underrated. A Spider-Man movie, and
I like underrated movies getting high rankings.
I loved Far From Home.
Yeah, maybe it can help people sort of like rewatch it.
Yeah, go back, rewatch Far From Home. It's really fun.
Watch it with some kinder eyes, perhaps.
Yeah,
even though when that movie came out, I felt like
it got received pretty well.
Yeah,
so.
They made 2 more.
Exactly. That's my blind ranking.
Where are we? 37 minutes. Let's do like one more
what if I gave you a blind ranking of Batman movies?
I feel like that, I'm kind of down, but I feel like should we talk about a comics?
Yes, let's talk about comics.
A little something. One thing I wanted to I guess briefly talk about or mention is Marvel's new Dark Universe, the Midnight Initiative of Marvel.
Correct.
Sort of this answer to. I don't like saying this is people quickly are saying this is an answer to the absolute universe, and it's like yes and no. I mean, I yes, but at the same time, there are different things happening here.
Absolutely,
there are some different intentions.
There's reasonings behind these things.
I love the creative team attached to each of these projects. We have 3 titles announced right now: Midnight Spider-Man, Midnight Fantastic Four, Midnight X-Men. We got Jonathan Hickman writing X-Men, which we love Hickman writing X-Men.
Bring Hickman for an X-Men book.
Philip Kennedy Johnson on Spider-Man.
Which, if you've not been reading Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk run,
yes,
holy crap.
Yeah, Hulk is great.
I'm so tired. Let me rant for just 1 second.
The infertile Hulk.
The infertile Hulk. Yeah. Let me rant for a second.
Yeah.
People that are like, Marvel has nothing good right now in comics are clearly not reading some of these solo titles.
Yeah.
Because Moon Knight, Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Fantastic Four by Ryan North. All of these books, solidly good.
Yes.
They are good stories right now.
Zdarsky is knocking it out of the park. I like Captain America is my pick.
Yeah.
For like the current like,
top Marvel book.
So compelling.
It's so good.
Such good like storytelling and just the way how it integrates the past and the present.
And building towards something in Armageddon.
Well, each issue feels like there's these revelations that are coming out that you're like,
it feels important. And I think that's something that we miss for the, maybe a couple of years ago we were missing in comics, was that books were coming out, but nothing felt important.
Yeah.
It felt like just another storyline or another, sort of a smaller arc.
Everything was very like House and Powers of X. That whole like X-Men was kind of being like focused on. And which is great. Hellfire Gala's happening every year.
And it just kind of was like another event and another thing.
Sure.
But this feels important. This feels like whatever happens at the end of this Captain America book and whatever happens at the end of Armageddon is going to have the same impact to the Marvel Comics as something like House of M or a Secret Invasion or even Secret Wars, but maybe or even like Civil War. It's going to have that same. We're going to look back at Armageddon. This is my prophecy. Look back at Armageddon as the same event as like Civil War.
Yes,
it's going to change things.
Yes,
and it all started with One World Under Doom. Go read One World Under Doom.
I read Doom Quest recently as well. That's great. The ending. Oh, wow. What a predicament. Doom finds himself transported back in time on
spoilers,
the RMS Titanic. Yes.
No, it's so good.
I've always been like a Titanic fan, and I used to deep dive.
You're a Titanic-ophile? You're Titanic-ophile?
Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, I built like a model of the Titanic.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, it was actually, the movie itself was largely influential on me.
It was influential to so many people.
Of course. Yeah. Not just to me, to everybody.
I'm saying like that was a common thing that people really got into the Titanic at that point.
Absolutely. And just the mystery, the conspiracy behind it, and just like what went wrong, and just
not even God could
also
sink
the
this
engineering
ship.
And just everything about the ship was spectacular. So I liked that.
Yeah,
I thought it was cool that he was there, and he looks at his teacup and it says White Star Line on it, and he's just like, I know exactly. That's also what I love immediately about Doom is Doom. Not like it's like you need to be like largely educated to know what the Titanic is,
right? But
just the fact that he just looks at the cup, sees White Star Line, and he's just like, like I know exactly where I am. Like,
damn it, Reed.
Yeah, he's like, crap. It's like I'm wearing a metal armor. Right. I'm about to be like in the middle of like sinking in the ocean,
freezing seawater.
Yeah.
It was funny because when it came out,
that's such a cool story point. Like, wow.
When it came out, everybody, I work Wednesday morning, so I get to talk to everybody coming in for New Comic Book Day. I love it. But so I was plugging that book. I was like, you guys are going to want to read Doom Quest. And everybody that knows me knows how much I love Dr. Doom.
Of course.
And they were like, all right, Caleb, is it good or do you just like Dr. Doom?
It's cool.
And I was like, I would say it's really fun. It's really good.
Yeah.
And I got like 4 or 5 text messages from different people throughout the week being like, dude, you were right. It's really good. I was like, I know.
Yeah. It's great. The Avengers, the X-Men show up, the Fantastic Four, everyone, pops up in Latveria once again on Doom's doorstep trying to stop him. And
exactly.
And then things still manage to get a little cry.